Neja here. Hi. Wow, today I learned something that if I want to do a video, I should better do it when there's still some natural light. So I hope you can see me because I was busy scouting for all the lights we have in the house to put them in my office. Um, and what I'm going to tell you today is something really personal, which is a story how I came to do what I'm doing today. And later on, I want to tell you why I'm doing it because in the last 6 years that I've been working for myself, I pretty much figured out why I'm doing it. It was a long journey, and it's still evolving. And the last but not least, I will tell you what elements do I find important for you to have in place so you can also love what you do, aka the onion theory. Yes, I have an onion, and I hope. Oh, I hope I'm coming to that part very soon because my office smells of onion. So, shall we start? How did I come to what I'm doing today? Yeah, I was 12. I'm 34 now. I came up to my mom and I said, Mom, I know what I'm going to do when I'm going to be an adult. And she said, Oh, that's interesting. Okay, tell me. I want to be a teacher. And she said, Oh, yeah. Why do you want to be a teacher? Um, Neja, why do you want to be a teacher? And I said, very, very convincingly, because I want to prove that learning can be fun. I have so much fun in school, and I don't get it why people think that I'm just a really strange person. I love it. I feel like a detective. There's things that I can learn about myself, about the world, about how things function. It's so interesting. And then people around me just go like, whatever. And I don't get it. So this is how it started. Of course, my mom answered like, "Oh, please don't be a teacher. Just don't be a teacher." Guess what? She's a teacher. Yes, my father was a teacher. Yes, my grandfather was a teacher. So I'm the third generation of teachers. But luckily, these days we have way more possibilities when it comes to education. And I decided to become an edupreneur. So basically, a teacher on my own mission. And what is that mission? Well, I, around, what, 5 years ago? Yes, 5 years ago, I was teaching in Portugal. That was my last post as a teacher. I was teaching in a small village in the middle of nowhere. Even Portuguese people have a trouble finding that place. Many of them don't even know it. It's called Carrezeira de Anciães. And I was teaching about 600 kids from 3 to adults to 22 years old. And I was teaching everything. I was teaching them history, I was teaching them culture, I was teaching them theater, I was teaching how to make movies, stop motion movies, you name it. Originally, I was there for teaching languages, doesn't matter. What I observed, what really shocked me, was that kids never had a problem of dreaming, of thinking of new solutions. They were always, sparkling with ideas. Oh, I can do that and I can do that whenever I was working with them. And the moment that I said, okay, so what do you want to be when you're going to be an adult? And then trouble started. Around the age of 10, 11, they already started doubting. Their sparkle just went down. And by the time they were hardcore teenagers or around 20s, their enthusiasm for the world or for life or for options or for flying just kind of died. And then I started asking them, so why do you think it's difficult? And they said, well, yeah, my mom just says no, just get a degree that will get you some money and that's it. Or a father said, no, you need to study something that is way more profitable or that will get you out of this hole of this village. And it saddened me a lot. It really saddened me. And it impacted me to such an extent that I decided that I want to use my talent for explaining things and helping people explain what's in their heads to help adults to dream again, to have hope that life is fun, that you can learn about yourself, that you can have so much enjoyment in um, finding work that will really fulfill you. And yes, it is possible. And therefore, out of all of this and lots of personal development came the mission of Glue Glue and me being on a mission of filling this world with people who love their work. So yes, here's Glue Glue. I will tell more about Glue Glue in a certain other moment. But this is the mission that I really, really believe in. I've helped many people do that. Sometimes they decide to become entrepreneurs. Sometimes they go, I'm going back to school, but the one that I really want. And sometimes they go like, you know what? I am freaking awesome. They figure that one out. That's one of the most brilliant results I can hope for my people. And I will go and do it. And of course, that brings me to the third part, to the onion theory, which goes something like this. People ask me, all right, Neja, if I really want to love my work, what do I need to do? Where to start? And normally I smile and say, well, what do you think? And normally they will pretty much figure it out, that they need to start with themselves. And I believe that we are like onions. Yes. We're a whole onion here. But actually, if you open it, there's many, many, many layers. Yes. I love cooking, by the way. It took me a while to enjoy cooking with onions. I thought they were just rough. But if you look at the onion, it's so many layers, and you have to actually peel quite hard before you get to the sweetest part in the middle. And that's the juiciest part. And what happens, let's say, if we take the onion off apart. This first type of peeling, pretty easy. But then you start peeling more and more and more. And you see that actually you have layers and layers of limiting beliefs, of preconceptions, of stereotypes, of things in your head that say, no, you should not go for a career because everybody's suffering on this world. Why should you enjoy it? You know, things like that happen in our heads. And then you can go and peel even more. And eventually you start coming to the juicy part. Yeah. That's also what happens is sometimes you cry like an onion. You start cutting it, you start peeling it, and tears come up. But not so much because, hopefully, not because you are discovering so many horrible things, but because you're getting to the juicy part that you can then put it in a pan and start a marvelous dish of whatever you want to create. Therefore, this onion for me is a metaphor for personal development. And I dearly believe that we cannot know what we want in life and what we want to work in and be really happy if we don't know ourselves. And normally we're covered in layers and layers of things that have been, like they've been laying their layers on ourselves without us even knowing. So what I do and what I help people with is to peel this off in a very gentle way, in such a way that people go like, wow, it's fun learning. Look at this. Ooh, I found another layer. Wow. There's actually some tears coming up, or maybe I'm super emotional, but that's okay. That's okay. And when you come to the core, you go like, now, okay, what are we going to do with this onion? What type of dish are we going to make? And then you blend personal development with career, counseling, coaching, whatever you want to call it. And then you can become practical. So I dearly believe in 3 steps. First, clarity on who you are. What is your onion? What is the juice of your onion about? Peeling everything that needs to be peeled. The second thing is to get a mindset of, actually, you know what? Now I know what I want. Oh, wow, that's great. Let's do it. And then the third one is practical steps. What is the plan? What is the support system that you're going to have in order to get there? So, this is very shortly um, why I'm doing what I'm doing today. What is my mission to fill this world with people who love their work, and how I think it can be achieved. Um, I have lots of stories to share. I would love to share them with you and with many more people. And that's why I decided to prepare a series of webinars on the topic of where to start. So stay tuned, and hopefully this week you're going to get an invitation for a webinar about where to start looking when you want to have work that you really, really love. Hope that was useful. Have fun, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.